Hello students, we are going to continue with our third chapter, business services 2. Okay, we have completed the main function that are being performed by the bank, that is banking institution. Now we are going to continue with the subsidiary function of the bank, right? Mostly it is for the modern times, right, that many of the functions that are being introduced or they are being performed by the bank. In that, first, that is to look after financial transaction of the customer. See, mainly there are two types of customers are there. That is, one is the depositor and other is the borrower. Depositor, that means like that I'm depositing the money into my savings account, current account, or whatever is there. Borrower, that means the person who is taking a loan, right? That is considered as borrower. So bank, they are going to what, they are going to observe, or they are going to have that particular all the financial transaction of their customers. Okay, many of the customers, they are that banking institution, they are going to what, they are going to give them the facility of paying the amount through check, right? That is like, suppose for an example, like I need to do the payment to any specific one person, right? Then I can pay the check with the help of I can pay the check, right, with the help of what, with the help of that is services that is being provided by the bank. Okay, so ultimately, that whatever the financial transaction from my account, that is I'm doing, right, with any kind, any party, like that particular my purchaser, my supplier, anything that I need to, as a businessman, right, I need to do the payment to the particular person, then I will be doing with the help of check, right? Bank, they are going to collect the money, bank, they are going to pay the money on behalf of their customer, on behalf of their account holders, right? So everything, each and every financial transaction, they are going to what, they are going to have that with the help, with the particular bank. Okay, nowadays, that that payment of electricity bill, phone bills, insurance premium, transfer money, everything that is being done, that is from one account to another account. Like if I want to pay electricity bill, then I can pay from my bank account. If I want to do the recharge in my mobile phone, I can do with the thing, right? So everything, that whatever the financial transaction of a customer from the particular savings account or a current account that are being done by the account holder, right? Each and every record that stays with whom, that stays with the bank, right? And how we can identify, or whatever the transaction, that if you want to know, then it can be done through the that printing of a passbook, or we can say that that statement, that online statement, that can also be generated with the help of the internet banking. Okay, so banks, they are going to what, they are going to keep the particular all the records of the financial transaction of their customers, right? And as I said, customer, they are mainly of two type. One is the depositor, those who are depositing the money, and other is the borrower, that person there who are in a need of a loan, right? That we have already seen that to collect, banks, their main function to collect the money, to accept the deposit, and the other is to lend money, that means they are going to give money as a loan. Okay, right? So ultimately, that whatever the transactions that are being performed by the customer, by the account holder, right, banks, they are going to keep each and every record into their particular we can say that server, or we can say that particular passbook that will be maintained. Okay, right? Then, to do transaction associated with the foreign exchange, see, ultimately, whatever the amount of now, what is foreign exchange, that means what? See, foreign exchange, that means like the foreign currency that are coming into the country, right? Like that any person who is coming from the out abroad India, right, that is, and they are in a need of a Indian currency, because we are not accepting any country's currency except our look, that is Indian currency, right? So they are going to what, they are going to exchange that particular money, right, by selling the dollars or whatever the pounds that is going to be have, right? So some of the banks, they have the permission, right, to do the transaction, to give the service of exchange of the particular foreign currency. Okay, so like if you go in the bank, right, there is a particular board that we buy and we sell. Okay, so that means what, by that particular they are going to buy the foreign currency, they are going to sell the foreign currency also, right? But with the guideline of whom, with the guideline of the RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, right? And mostly this foreign exchange, that is being used, or that is being utilized for the foreign trade, that is for import and export. We have already understood the meaning in the first chapter, right? Import, that means that we are purchasing something from the foreign country. Export, that means we are selling something to the foreign countries. Okay, right? Then third, to issue letter of credit. It is one of the most important function that are being done by the bank. Okay, and mostly this letter of credit, it is required for the foreign trade. Okay, see, letter of credit, it is what? Letter of credit is the one kind of a promissory note. Like suppose, take an example that I want to purchase, as a businessman, as a particular, that big industrialist, I want to purchase something from the foreign country, right? So I'm the purchaser, and the seller, that is the other party, that is unknown from my financial soundness or my financial transaction, right? So that person is going to ask me about my letter of credit, and letter of credit that will be issued by the bank, that is from importers bank to the exporters bank, right? Like suppose my bank, they are going to what? They are going to issue the letter of credit. For what purpose? To get the assurance, to guarantee that yes, this person like me, I'm financially capable, I'm financially sound to do the payment whatever the amount of bill will be generated, right? Getting my point? Like I'm purchasing something from America. Okay, now that that particular seller is going to ask me about my letter of credit, so I will be telling my bank. Now bank, what they are going to do, they are going to charge some sort of commission, and they are not going to issue the letter of credit like that only. They are going to what? They are going to see, or they are going to look after the financial transaction, my financial soundness, right? Because banks, they are going to provide the guarantee to the particular seller, right? Okay, yes, this person, that Mr. Ankur, is capable of paying the particular amount, whatever the amount of bill that will be generated at so and so date. Okay, so once this letter of credit that is received by the seller, or we can say that by received by the seller's bank, then and then only the that whatever the goods, whatever the commodity, that will be dispatched from the America, right? So this particular thing is not like, that it is a, as I said, it is a one kind of a promissory note, that it is a guarantee that yes, the letter of credit that is issued in the name of a person is the financially sound. He is going to pay all the amount, whatever the money will be there, right? It is going to be paid by so and so date. Okay, they are going to, but as I said, like they are going to charge commission, or they are going to demand some sort of a guarantee. Bank, they are going to demand some sort of a guarantee. Okay, by what is the guarantee that you are going to pay? Okay, right? So letter of credit is a very important instrument or very important bill in the foreign trade, right? Okay, where two parties, that is seller and a buyer, they are unknown with each other. So this letter of credit is going to provide the guarantee that yes, this person is the financially sound, that whoever the person is importing, right, whoever the person is purchasing. Okay, right? Then to issue traveler's check, see, as I said, it is a old concept of a traveler's check, right? Like, that I'm nowadays people, they are traveling abroad, traveling in the same country, but they need to carry the cash with them. So there is a fear of what? Fear of losing the money, theft, it can be happen, right? So they are going to what? They are going to go into the bank, and they are going to issue, or they are going to collect the traveler's check. Now what is traveler's check? It is a ready-made instrument, right, with the specific amount that is mentioned on the check. Okay, and suppose I'm going for abroad, like Canada or America, right, and I'm having the traveler's check. Then what is the thing that how I can withdraw money? I can go into the specific bank, I can show my traveler's check, I will sign that particular traveler check, sign, it will be matched with the passport, right? That whatever the sign that is there in the passport, that sign, that will be matched, and then only money will be issued, right? Like, if I lose traveler check, then also that person, whoever going to get the traveler check, they are not going to withdraw money from it. Why? Because it will be what? That particular sign and a passport that is going to require. So losing of money, that is not going to be the question. A particular, that any bank, they can what? They can give the facility of withdrawing the money through the particular traveler's check, right? Only just need to be, amount is already mentioned, I need to just sign the check, I need to show them the passport in the bank, they are going to tally that is, so the person is whatever the person is there, by with name and the photo, it is printed on the passport, the sign that is matched on the traveler's check as well as on the passport. So traveler's check, that can be what? That can be cleared, right? So to carry traveler's check, it is more safe than the carrying the that liquid cash with you. Okay, so traveler's check, it will give you the safety, whenever you are going to abroad. Okay, right? Then service of a demand draft, very important. And majority, like that payment to be done with the safety, with the guarantee, this demand draft is going to play a very important role, right? What is that? It is a check that is written by bank in favor of a branch of the same bank. Understand this? Like, let me give you an example and make you understand this thing, right? Like, generally, my industrial unit or my company is in Navsari, right? Now my supplier, whoever supplying me the particular parts for my that industry that I'm manufacturing, right? They are in the Gandhinagar, right? Now I want to do the payment. So what I will be doing, I can that go into the bank. I can ask for the demand draft, like say for an example, uh, the Bank of Baroda that is there at the Lunsikui, right? I will be asking my supplier, okay, by just if there any bank that is the Bank of Baroda is near you, then if he's saying yes, then okay, right? That Bank of Baroda, Lunsikui Navsari is going to write the demand draft, is going to write that instrument, right? For the same bank, but the branch that is named at payable at Gandhinagar, right? My supplier's name that will be there, amount it will be mentioned, date that will be mentioned, right? And at which branch, see, this is the important thing, at which branch it is payable, that is also mentioned. Okay, right? So specific amount of money that will be debited from my account, right? And demand draft it will be issued. I will be sending that demand draft to a particular supplier that is staying at the Gandhinagar, right? That person will go to the bank, show that particular demand draft, and in return that person is going to get the cash from the bank. Okay, understand this thing, huh? Like that person just need to do it. I'm going to send that particular demand draft by post or by courier, right? Once the person is received, he is going to go at the particular branch of Bank of Baroda at Gandhinagar, okay, and he is going to show the demand draft, and in return he is going to get cash. Now understand this thing, okay, like my account is Bank of Baroda, is in Bank of Baroda, right? That person is demanding, okay, yes, I want demand draft of SBI. Then also this facility is available, right? I will be going to the SBI bank, I will tell, okay, I need to make the demand draft, I will be depositing, I will give them the particular whatever the amount, like 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, I will be giving them in the cash. They are going to charge some sort of a commission, okay, and they are going to give me the demand draft. For demand draft, no specific account that is going to be needed, no account is needed, okay, right? Like my account is in Bank of Baroda, but I want to make demand draft from SBI, then I just need to go and give them the particular amount, that whatever the amount of demand draft that I want to make. Okay, right? So whatever the amount that, yes, I need to fill up the slip with the name of a particular person, that who is the particular receiver of the money. I will be mentioning all the details, the branch will be also mentioned, right? According to the information that is provided by the particular payer, that information will be helpful for the bank to make a demand draft. Commission that will be charged from the payer, not the receiver, right? The one who is paying the money, the one who is requesting to make a demand draft, that person is going to what? That person is going to charge the particular, or that person is going to pay the commission. Okay, commission is the income of the bank, right? And if it is issued, the draft is issued in the particular same city, right? Like from Navsari, that from Bank of Baroda Lunsikui to Bank of Baroda Dutya Talao, right? Then it is considered as a pay order, not as the demand draft. Okay, so it is a pay order, I pay this money to a particular specific person, right? Getting my point? So demand draft, it is important tool for the purpose of what? For the purpose of a payment that can be done into the, we can say that, safe manner. Okay, right? Or we can say that in a that secure manner, like there is no possibility of getting money to a wrong person, right? Because name that is mentioned, amount that is mentioned, at which branch it is payable, that is also mentioned, right? So that whoever the receiver of the money is, he need to show his ID proof, okay, yes, my name is this, they are going to tally, and then only the money will be paid. Okay, right? Then to provide information related to credit of a person associated with the bank, Okay, see, understand this thing. Like, as I carry on with the example that I have a bank account with my Lunsukui branch of a Bank of Baroda. Right now, I'm in a need of a money. I'm in a need of a loan. Right, and I'm going to the other bank. Now that financial institution, that other bank, is going to demand the particular proof of my financial soundness. Okay, yes, this whatever the person that Mr. Ankur is coming into the bank, whether he is financially sound, that whether he is capable of repaying the loan, then the accounting statement of my Bank of Baroda, I need to represent it into the specific bank from whom I'm going to take the loan. Right, they are going to put more trust over this statement that are being provided by the banks. Okay, right, so ultimately we can say it is a one kind of a solvency certificate, right, that the person is financially sound, is going to repay the money, is going to repay the particular amount, that is whatever the amount is there. Right, see, nowadays one common institution it is that it is considered as CIBIL. Right, CIBIL, it is an institution which is going to put records of all the borrowers. Right, like suppose for an example my permanent account number, PAN number, that will be registered with the CIBIL. Right, now once the my PAN number that will be entered into the CIBIL website, my financially transaction, my financially record, how many loans I have taken, whether I was regular in repaying the particular amount or not, everything that will be mentioned. Right, so banks, they can generate the report from it, and if they found yes, this person is that CIBIL score is good, that person is financially sound, is financially capable, he's repaying the loan or repaying the money at a particular time, then I will be getting a loan easily, I will be getting the loan quickly. Okay, getting my point, right? So the information that is provided by the bank, right, that function that is mentioned here, right, they are going to they are going to put more trust, that other bank, they are going to put more trust onto the written statement that has been given by the bank. Right, and it is considered as the solvency certificate, case this person is a solvent. Right, can no any kind of default payment is there or nothing is there. Okay, right, then to provide service as an underwriter, see, this thing that will be provided for the newly issued securities or the new company that are being entered into the market. Right, generally that that minimum subscription of the share that will be done, and that guarantee that will be provided by the bank. Right, like 2 lakh of a shares, that will be minimum subscription that will be purchased by the bank. So it is a one kind of a guarantee that has been provided that by this company is going to perform or is going to have that particular amount of subscription from the share market, from the share capital. Right, so that full or minimum amount of subscription that will be done by the bank, and that is why bank, they are going to consider as the underwriter for whom, for the newly introduced company. Okay, and last, to provide other related services such as ATM, Demat and safe deposit vault. ATM, that we all are familiar, ATM cards, ATM machines are there, right, that whenever we want we can withdraw money from it. Demat account, that means what, it is a short form of a dematerialization. Demat account, that means it is required that if you want to sell, if you want to purchase, if you want to involve into the trading or in the share market, right, then you need to you have compulsory requiring you the Demat account. Right, see, bank account, that is different from the Demat account. Bank account, that is going to show your financial transactions, while Demat account is going to show your transactions that you have done in the share market. Right, at what are the number of shares that you have purchased, what are the number of shares that you have sold, everything. Safe deposit vault, that is lockers, right, where you can put your important documents, jewelry, everything that you can put into it. Right, that lockers facility are available. If you go in bank, that is the specific boards will be given like that, safe deposit vault, locker facility available. So that is what, yes, that is a safety, that is security. Like if you are putting your jewelry at home, then there is a fear of what, there is a fear of that that stealing and theft. Right, so that person, they are going to put that particular, their important things like jewelry and that gold, and that can be which is that requires a safety, they will be safe under the lockers, that is safe deposit vault provided by the bank. Okay, right, so that's it for today. Go through it, main functions, subsidiary functions, both. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, thank you.